Hello everyone, my name is Nick and welcome back to Flyout. We are coming back to this game once again, first of many times, to do something that I think is a pretty bad idea actually. Today we're going to be using ChatGPT, the language model AI, to help inform the design of a fighter aircraft. Now there's several problems with this. Ethical problems, logistical problems, all sorts of stuff like that. We're going to ignore all that and just plug a bunch of prompts into ChatGPT, similar to what we do for Project Prometheus, and let ChatGPT design and build its very own fighter aircraft. I will take the design specifications from ChatGPT and translate them into a craft in Flyout. We also are going to be using ChatGPT-4 for this, which also means that we can use DALL-E, which is an image generative AI, to generate images of this aircraft. So I don't really know where this is going to go. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know it's going to be cool. So let's get right into it. Some of our most popular content here on the channel is related to Project Prometheus, which is centered around using ChatGPT to build an evil AI fleet in From the Depths, a naval warfare game. However, this is a bit of a different task, as planes are very different from ships. I started out by giving ChatGPT a very general prompt about what I wanted from it. So I sort of said, I want this ultra-modern fighter, I want it to be super maneuverable, and I want these capabilities. Basically just speed and big fast, to put it simply. ChatGPT gave us an excellent first pass, but I wanted more out of it, so I prompted it a couple more times to design specifically to what I said, which is, again, super maneuverability and such. I then used ChatGPT's image integration through DALL-E to generate images of the fighter plane it had designed by feeding DALL-E ChatGPT's specifications directly. The results I got were interesting. Not sure if I can consider them 100% useful, but I was able to use one of the two images as a basis for the fighter's design. The construction phase was relatively straightforward, especially given that the second image that DALL-E gave us was a real-ish looking fighter, so I was able to visually base our design off of that image and sort of spiritually base it off of ChatGPT's description. So I started off with the cockpit, of course, and then I went on to design the fuselage. I followed the contours that DALL-E gave us almost exactly. I then took some time and integrated the wings and the control surfaces at the back. I stayed faithful to the engine placement that DALL-E and ChatGPT chose by putting them at the rear of the plane. However, you'll notice later in the video that I did put a second pair of engines in the middle of the aircraft to give it a little extra oomph, just because I felt like it. But overall, I was actually really impressed with how much easier it became to build an aircraft when I had sort of a reference image. And I would definitely recommend this for anyone that is trying to come up with a design, or even just trying to build something that works. So ladies and gentlemen, here we are with the Supernova X2. So this is the aircraft that I've built using ChatGPT's specifications. We'll do a quick tour of it, and then we'll do some flight testing, see what this baby's capable of. But first of all, importantly, ChatGPT, or DALL-E rather, gave us 2 images to base this off of. I'll actually throw them up here on the screen for you. I chose to go with the less insane one of these images because unfortunately Flyout is a pretty realistic game, and I'm not even sure that I could make the 6-winged behemoth monster aircraft fly. But this is what I built instead, and this is the Supernova X2. So ignore all the weapons mounted. I was just experimenting with something. There's our center of gravity. Here is our center of lift, so pretty stable configuration. And as you can see, our center of thrust is in line with our center of gravity, which is, again, good for stability. We have our wings here. These big pods you see are our fuel tanks. The overall fuselage shape was, again, informed by the image that we got from DALL-E. And then the wing configuration, as well as the tail back here, were informed by ChatGPT. So, the engines. I don't know how to optimize these because I simply have not learned yet, but we have 2 engines, here and here, and I don't remember. Yeah. So for added oomph, I added 2 more engines inside the body of the plane because, lucky for us right now, Flyout does not necessarily have super accurate engine physics, so I can put those engines in there and they'll function as normal engines. We have our gear configured like this. You know, obviously we have our control surfaces here. These are slightly canted off center. But yeah, other than that, it's a pretty cool plane. You'll see this like ribbing here. These are actually spheres that I put inside of the nose of the plane, and they actually contain fuel. But in addition to that, they help bring the center of gravity further forward to give us more stability. So I've done enough talking and said enough words about science. So we're going to go ahead and fly this thing and see how capable it is. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we are on the runway with the Supernova X2 AI fighter plane. Now that I think about it, I probably should not have taught an AI how to build a fighter plane. But it's fine, it's fine. So as I'll do a quick run through of our control surfaces here. So this is yaw left, yaw right, pitch up, pitch down, and roll left and roll right. So that is what those look like. Okay. She's got some kick to her because remember, we got 2 jet engines in the body of this thing. Okay. All right, buddy. That's not really how you're supposed to do that. Okay, all right. Let's just, nope. Okay, up. Oh, how did we survive that takeoff? What is going on? Okay, all right, pitch up. Okay. Oh, and she's having a bit of a spin problem. Okay. All right, my mistake. Operator error. I'm sorry, guys. I will do better. Let me try that again. Restart flight. Okay. I think that for some reason it wanted to roll weirdly. I don't know. I've noticed some people have commented on my videos actually about this too. Some of the crafts seem to have like weird artifacts. Like, yeah, like why does it do that? It's almost like they behave as if they're not symmetrical, even though they are symmetrical. Like that. I'm not really sure why it would do that. But maybe we'll be okay. Okay, buddy. Okay. There it is. There we go. Okay. All right. Up. Just a little. Let's use trim instead of. Okay. Why are we rolling that way so much? Okay. Something is not right. I need to see exactly what it is. But something is not right. And this guy is just having the day of his life here. Look at him roll. Okay, we're going again. I removed the interior 2 jet engines. That didn't seem to do anything. Okay, all right. Maybe if I just trim pitch upwards slightly. There we go. And then I use roll to get us off the runway gently here. Okay. Our roll is trimmed to 10%. Oh, is this control? Oh, that control service. That would cause problems, wouldn't it? But we have liftoff, even though this is this is never gonna stick. Okay, for not having one of its, I guess that's an aileron, you are remarkably stable. Okay, we got to trim roll back. There we go. Okay. Damaged on takeoff, but somehow still functioning just fine. Which is actually kind of impressive when you think about it. So this thing is pretty quick. Let's go away from it because it's ridiculously loud in my ears. Hopefully not in yours too. Yeah, she's pretty quick. We're already approaching the speed of sound here. But if I turn here a little bit. So I find that with a plane like this that's kind of like super maneuverable, it's a lot easier to control it. What the heck? With the trims rather than actually using the control inputs. There's probably a way to change that in the settings, but I haven't found it yet. Okay, how about we trim straight? There we go. Okay. So for example, let's say I wanted to turn to the left. I'm going to manually flip it like this, and then I'm going to use trim, the pitch control, to do that. And we're going to enter a death spin. A great example I've just given you here. Okay, all right. We need to fix it still. Something's still not right, but that was a good start. Okay, everyone, so I discovered the problem that we were having, and it's pretty, I feel kind of dumb. It's a pretty simple problem. So those spheres in the front of the plane, they have fuel in them, and the problem was, if we go down here to our fuel thing, the spheres are being drained first, which is a problem because there's one on the left and one on the right, which is making it unbalanced. So we move these fuel pods up to the top, and now it drains fuel from those evenly at the same time, and that seems to fix things. I don't know. Let's go. Supernova X2 first takeoff. Here we go. Gets up to speed nice and quick. Got plenty of power on account of its 4 jet engines. Alright, and let's pitch up just slightly here. There we go. Okay, level off. Gear up. There's our shadow. Look at that thing go. Those afterburners are clocking. Okay, we're getting up near speed of sound. I think we just broke the sound barrier. Love the shock cone. You know what's really cool too is that now that we're moving faster than the speed of sound, you may notice it's gone quiet. That's because the sound from the plane, instead of being right here where the plane is, it's like back here because we're moving faster than the sound physically is. So those sound waves can't catch up with us. So cool. Look at those afterburners. Okay, anyway, I'm getting distracted already. All right, so the whole point of this little prompt was build a super maneuverable fighter plane capable of high altitude flight. So let's test the maneuverability of this thing. So if I wanted to execute a turn, let's say it rolls very nicely, little bit of wobble, but not too bad. So let's go this way. Now I can trim my pitch control, which is what I was trying to say before. And I get a nice, gentle, G-inducing turn that potentially makes the pilot faint. Very nice. Let's make it even harder. There we go. That's pretty tight. I mean, that for a... Yeah, that's a pretty tight turn to make. And we didn't lose too much speed. We're going actually almost Mach 2. Now, let's say we wanted to pull up really hard at the last minute. Let's make it happen. Ignore the red on the screen. That's just the pilot dying from excessive Gs. Okay, up. Okay. Nice, quick response. Very fast. You can kind of see how it almost like slams against the air. Yeah. Planes like this in real life are absolutely insane because of how capable they are. I mean, this thing is literally just a dart with rockets on the back. And pull up. Ooh, just barely. And a little turn. Let's turn back around. And roll. Oh, okay, I've almost lost it, but not quite. Okay, nice. Can we get cockpit view on this thing? Let's see. Okay, there we go. Even harder to control. Turn. Pull up. What is it? What do they say? Terrain! This game is way too much fun. So it seems pretty maneuverable to me, which is good, because that was like the core of the challenge. Still fly over this mountain here. Okay, and up and trim down. There we go. Accidentally trimmed roll. My bad. Look at that. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. This is the world's first AI designed aircraft. Did you guys know that? Fun fact. Actually, I don't know what they're doing behind closed doors, but as far as I'm concerned, this is the world's first AI designed aircraft by some random YouTuber. And she is quick. All right. Let's do a quick altitude test, and then we will give ChatGPT an assessment. How well did the AI stand up to our challenge? Let's climb. So while the aircraft is definitely still accelerating, I am losing control via the control surfaces, and now it's actually started to decelerate here. So I think we're approaching our service ceiling at about 20,000 meters. Yeah, definitely. Which is pretty impressive for a fighter jet. Yeah, actually, it's still performing pretty well for how high up we are. So Mach 1, well, it actually depends on your altitude, but Mach 1, I believe, is 343 meters per second at sea level. So we are going a lot more than that. Pretty far above sea level. Okay. Calm, airplane. Calm. Okay. Shouldn't have made the mistake of trying to turn. We are losing our ability to steer. Also appears that we've lost some sound. Maybe that's because we're close to space. We're 26 kilometers above the surface right now. I have no idea how that compares to actual fighter jets, but... Okay, so we'll call this service ceiling about 25,000 meters, even though it can't effectively maneuver that high up. Now what we're going to do, we're going to see how fast we can get this thing going in a straight line downwards. All right, so we're starting to get back in the atmosphere here. And we're starting to stabilize. We're going 700 meters per second. Just cut through the clouds there. 770. 780. 783 meters per second. Straight into the ground. Okay. Well, my honest assessment, I think ChatGPT did a pretty decent job. Obviously, there's a huge disclaimer with anything like this, because the whole idea is that the AI is not a replacement for your brain. It is a tool for you to use. And using ChatGPT, we could get a rough idea of what fighters like this are supposed to look like, and we can kind of use it to give us design specifications. It's still up to the human to actually make the design. But everything being said, I mean, this is a pretty capable plane. Obviously, it beats anything I've built, because I haven't built anything else yet in Flyout. But I think we could do some really cool stuff with ChatGPT and Flyout together. If you guys have ideas you want me to plug into ChatGPT and try to translate into aircraft, or just Flyout ideas in general you want to see me do, let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like this video and to subscribe if this was something you enjoyed. Make tons more of them, and it's not just Flyout. We also do from the depths, space engineers, all that good stuff. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day.